Coming up on SportsCenter, have the Sixers found the answer to stave off elimination? Can the Knicks run up a commanding lead on the Hawks? How many strikeouts did Pedro add to his league-leading total? Can the Indians avoid getting swept for the first time this year? And just how much does Sammy dig the long ball? The NHL's Eastern Conference Finals begin. Where's Dominik Hasek? It's been 4 winless months for Tiger. Is his victory drought about to end? And can the Golden Bear make a Sunday charge in his first tourney back? Are you ready to go all out? An action-packed SportsCenter is next.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to SportsCenter. I'm Larry Beil along with Bill Pidto. You just witnessed our newfangled animation. We're here for 30 minutes leading up to baseball tonight. We'll start with the NBA playoffs where Indiana has had the answer.
Yeah, so far there hasn't been much of a question. The Pacers took a 3-0 series lead into today's Game 4 at Philly, but the young Sixers have earned Indiana's respect. The first 3 games were decided by a total of only 18 points. And the Pacers were eager to finish things up this afternoon. Said Mark Jackson, we don't want to give them any life. It's important for us to put them away while we can. The city of brotherly love was hardly that in Game 3, verbally taunting Reggie Miller, but Miller responded the way he always seems to with 29 points. So here we go. Iverson and Brown focused. Reggie Miller off to a good start. For 3, Pacers up by 9 at the half. Fourth quarter, Sixers trying to come back. Iverson over Antonio Davis. Yes, can. Then Iverson from the other side, and the Sixers are within 2. In the game, Iverson was 11 of 28 from the floor. Nifty drive there, ties the game at 77. Iverson finished with 25. We're still tied. Iverson going for the lead. Shot is blocked, but Tyrone Hill puts it in there. Sixers take the lead. Pacers trying to come back. Off the miss, Pacers running. Rick Smits to Mark Jackson. He's going to find Miller. Miller 8 of 17 from the floor. This perhaps the biggest of the game. He finished with 23. Pacers back up 1. Final moment, Sixers down 3. Iverson for the tie. Hammered by Smits. No call. Iverson said after the game, that was a foul. They didn't call it, though. And the season ends for Iverson and Brown and the rest of the Sixers as the Pacers win it by 3 to complete the sweep. But they win the 4 games by a total of only 21 points. Miller, the 23. Mark Jackson, 14 points, 13 assists. Chris Mullin, 16, and Dale Davis, 10 points and 13 boards. The Sixers' first playoff appearance since 1991 is over. And coming up later, the Pacers are 7-0 now in these playoffs. How will they approach their second straight trip to the conference finals?
As the Knicks stumbled through the season, it looked like Jeff Van Gundy had all the job security of a flying Wallenda walking the tightrope in a hurricane. Well, now with the Knicks up 2-0 in their second-round series with Atlanta, is Hurricane Phil about to blow into town? 2 New York newspapers reported today that Knicks executive Dave Checketts had a secret meeting with Phil Jackson last month. Now, denials are coming so fast and furious, you'd think Bill Clinton was involved. All Van Gundy would say today is, I'm not talking about that. What a nice way to get ready for Game 3 with the Hawks, huh? Second quarter, score tied at 25. And Van Gundy says, who needs Phil Jackson? Marcus Camby with authority. And the Knicks take a 2-point lead, dunking on Dikembe there. Off the defensive rebound, Charlie Ward feeding Latrell Sprewell. And this is what the Knicks had in mind when Ernie Grunfeld, now demoted, put this team together, 33-29. Hawks have been just dismal shooting in this series. Grant Long with a tip-in off the Mookie miss. And the Hawks are trying to come back. Steve Smith, short on the jumper, stays with the shot. The Knicks were out-rebounded 25-18 in the first half. In the third quarter, the Hawks were known for their defense and are putrid on offense, start to miss, and miss. Steve Smith, Dikembe, Hawks missed their first 10 shots in the third, and the Knicks put it into overdrive. The offensive star was Chris Dudley over Mutombo. 14 points for Dudley. The Knicks going for their first 4-game series sweep since 1969. And off the Chris Crawford missed dunk, it ends up as a spree layup. A scoring spree for the Knicks, 90-78, as they take a commanding 3-0 lead in the series and will go for the sweep. Sprewell and Houston with 17 each. Chris Dudley, 14 points, 12 boards. By the way, late today, Dave Checketts did admit that he had indirect contact with Phil Jackson to see if the ex-Bulls coach was interested in the Knicks job. There are as many as 6 teams reportedly interested in Jackson's services. Put that aside for now. Let's hear from Spree.
I think the 2 biggest motivators for closing this series out is 1, to get the rest like you were saying, and 2, for the fans. They deserve it. They've been very supportive through the ups and downs through this year. So it would be nice to close it out here. The beauty of this team is we do have a number of guys that can come off the bench and contribute in a big way. So that's a plus for us, and we just want to continue to do that.
Contributing in a big way. How about Chris Dudley? Dudley do-right. We'll have more on the Knicks-Hawks series later in the show. More on Mr. Dudley, who even hit a couple of free throws in today's game. But now we shift to the ice. Dominik Hasek may indeed be the best goalie in our solar system, but he has a very bad habit of getting hurt just when his Sabres need him the most. Remember 2 years ago, the mysterious knee injury that kept Hasek sidelined for most of the playoffs, and now in the border war series between Buffalo and their neighbors to the north in Toronto, it's the dreaded groin keeping Hasek off of the ice. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Dwayne Rolison, a grand total of 19 minutes of playoff experience coming in to start this game, second period, at least with a 5-on-3. Brian Berard. Matt Sundin deflects it to beat Rolison. Second of the game for Sundin, and we're tied at 2. Later in the second, 3-2 Leafs. Stu Barnes, through the traffic, somehow beats Cujo, top shelf. First goal for Barnes in almost 3 months to tie it at 3. Third period, 4-3 Buffalo. Sundin, nice pass to Lonnie Bahanos. And he hits the post on a wide-open net. Pat Quinn in disbelief. Moments later, Jeff Sanderson. Look at the speed. Sylvain Cote draped all over him, and he muscles it in. Sanderson's first of the playoffs. Sabres up 5-3. Another look at this right here. Sanderson's being mugged. Look, Ma, one hand. Amazing. Leafs one last chance, down 5-4. Steve Thomas will throw it in front, and Rolison smothers it as the Sabres, minus the Dominator, pull off the win in Game 1, 5-4. Rolison made 28 saves. Buffalo scored 5 times on only 21 shots on Curtis Joseph. Matt Sundin, a pair of goals for Toronto in a losing cause. As for Hasek's status for Game 2, it is still up in the air because of that groin injury. Bill?
In this early season of the hitter, Pedro Martinez may be the best pitcher. He's the first pitcher since Nolan Ryan in 1977 to record at least 10 strikeouts in 7 straight starts. He's 8-1 after winning 7 in a row. His 102 strikeouts lead the majors, and his 1.89 ERA is second in the American League behind David Cone. A win today against Toronto, and Martinez by himself would account for over a third of Boston's wins. Nomar Garciaparra in the field, with Martinez looking for his 9th win of the season. Shannon Stewart is the batter, and Garciaparra, spectacular backhand, starts the 6-4-3 double play. Sox up 2-1 after 3. Top of the 5th, Craig Grayback back in the lineup. 4 for 5. That scores a run. Martinez would give up 3 runs in 6 innings of work. Bottom 5, it's Damon Buford, the batter. And with 2 on, that's his first home run of the year. 3-run shot. And Boston wins 10-8. So Martinez struck out 6 in 6 innings. His streak of double-digit strikeout games is over at 7. The bullpen tried to blow it, but they were unable to blow it, and Boston's able to hold on to win 10-8. Elsewhere, the Yankees have gone up in front of the White Sox by 1 by the score of 8-7. The Sox scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th to make it 7-3 Chicago. Yankees scored 4 in the top of the 9th to tie it at 7. It's now 8-7 in the top of the 10th. Indians, Tigers, bases loaded, 4-3 Detroit. Vizquel with the bases loaded, and that is a game-winning grand slam. Vizquel with them loaded, jacks one out of there, and the Indians win it by the final score of 7-4. Todd Jones blowing his first save opportunity in 8 chances. Hit in the head yesterday by Cleveland's Jarrett Wright. Tony Clark was still groggy today, did not play. Tampa Bay rookie Ryan Roop gave up only 1 hit through 9, but closer Roberto Hernandez gave up 4 runs, and Anaheim beats the Devil Rays 4-0 in 10. Kansas City beat Seattle 5-4. Jermaine Dye had 2 doubles and a triple. After the game, the Royals' Jeff King announced his retirement. He's had back trouble, but said that did not influence his decision. And Minnesota beats Oakland 8-3. The Athletics have now lost 6 in a row. Marty Cordova drove in 3 runs for the winners.
Point SportsCenter continues. Curt Schilling going for his 4th consecutive complete game, but will the Mets make him pay for his persistence? Jack Nicklaus hoping to shoot 75s in his return to the tour, and as usual, the Golden Bear would exceed expectations. Tiger Woods got $1 million just to show up in Germany, looking to make an even bigger withdrawal at the Deutsche Bank.
Alone on a desolate road, a runner searches for her soul, her spirit, and her sneakers. Seems the shaky Asian economy has held up distribution of our new shoe. Who could have helped?
Aeon finds the solutions to ensure your vision.
The X Games. The only extreme event that matters. The X Games, June 27th to July 5th. Presented by Mountain Dew.
Put her in a good spot, okay?
Somewhere in the universe, the ultimate evil stirs. But three legendary heroes have come together and will lead the battle to save the galaxy from the menace of the dark side.
Right after lunch.
Play Defeat the Dark Side. Collect cool Star Wars game medallions and you could win cash prizes, even $1 million. Only at Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut.
This is Callaway's tungsten gravity screw. It's the secret behind the new Great Big Bertha Hawkeye titanium woods. It lets Callaway lower the center of gravity and position it with pinpoint accuracy, so it helps you get the shot you want. Now that's one friendly golf club.
The new Great Big Bertha Hawkeye titanium woods. Go hit the greatest Big Berthas ever.
Golf Updates is brought to you by Callaway Golf, makers of Hawkeye Titanium Woods. Go hit the greatest Big Berthas ever.
Final round of the Seniors Bell Atlantic Classic. Jack Nicklaus back from hip replacement surgery, 2 under yesterday and a 2 under today. Tom Jenkins, second shot on 17. Co-leader at 10 under with Jim Thorpe.
You're right.
Great shot there. That would set up a birdie to move him to 11 under. Now, Thorpe's in the 10th, doesn't like his chances as Jenkins goes to 18 up 1, but hold on. Jenkins for par and the win on 18. Whoops. So, off to a playoff. And on the first playoff hole, Jenkins with a chance to redeem himself. The birdie putt for the victory, and he's got a victory. Jenkins wins his first tourney on the senior tour. He's the 5th first-time winner on the tour this year. Rocky Thompson and Gil Morgan tied for 3rd at 9 under, and Nicklaus shot his 2nd straight 2 under. He finished the tourney at 2 under in his first tourney since undergoing hip replacement surgery. 3rd round of the Deutsche Bank Classic. Sergio Garcia on 17. It's a par 3.
17th, the par 3.
Off the tee. And look at that. Garcia shot a 71 in round 3 today, stands at 5 under for the tourney. Shot of the day, Scotland's Gary Orr. It's a par 4, 18th hole. This is his 3rd shot. Rolling, 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 rolling.
Oh, no.
What a birdie.
Oh, yes.
Orr is also at 5 under. Ernie Els on 18. Chance for birdie.
And
he gets it. He's at 7 under. How about second round leader Tiger Woods trying to pad his lead on 18. 40-foot birdie attempt is in there. So Woods has the lead going into tomorrow's final round. It's a 3-stroke advantage. Peter Baker and Brian Davis 3 strokes back. 6 of the world's top 10 golfers are in the field. Woods reportedly was paid a $1 million appearance fee, said Colin Montgomery, who was 7 strokes back. Some people just take the money and go sightseeing. It's nice to see Tiger came to play. Final round of the Colonial. Owen Brown on 18 for par, and the clubhouse lead at 8 under. Greg Kraft at 8 under on 17 for par. Bogey drops him 1 shot off the lead.
Jack Nicklaus.
Billy Mayfair on 18 needs a birdie to tie Brown at 8 under. And this is not the approach he wanted here.
This is going left.
It stays out of the water, but Mayfair left with no birdie chance, and he is out of the running after that. Kraft from the bunker on 18 needs a miracle for a playoff. Makes a good run at it, but not to be. So Brown wins it by 1 stroke at 8 under. Owen Brown's 2nd career win. His previous best finish this year was a tie for 24th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 golfers finished one stroke off the lead.
Phillies and Mets, Curt Schilling going for his 8th win. This was a wild finish in this game. Wild start here in the second. Ryan McRae blasts one back at Schilling. Bottom 9, Mets down 4-zip. Robin Ventura at the plate. Here it comes, and there it goes. 2-run homer to right center field, his 9th of the year, and it's a 4-2 game. All right, Phillies still up by a couple of runs. Now it's Luis Lopez, and he gets plunked on the elbow by Schilling. Next batter's Jermaine Allensworth. Single to left, Matt Franco scores. Now it's a 4-3 game. Schilling wanted to stay on and finish this thing off. Following a fielder's choice for the second out, Edgardo Alfonso. The pitch barely hit him on the forearm. So now we are loaded full with Mets. 2 down. John Olerud slices one. Base hit. The throw home. Cedeno safe at the plate. 2-run score. Good night. Game over. Drive home safely. And the Mets win 5-4. And Curt Schilling may add relief pitcher to his list of demands of Philly management. They've been kind of feuding as of late. The Mets pull it out, and they've now won 4 of 5. The Pirates edge the Marlins 6-5. Florida blew a 5-0 lead in this game, but the Pirates bullpen sure did a heck of a job going over 7 innings, allowing only 3 hits and no runs while striking out 10. Cubs and Braves. The Cubs had homered in 11 straight games until yesterday. Today is a new day. Odalis Perez working a Sammy Sosa. Aloha! Solo shot, 14th of the year, 443 feet, second longest ever returner. In fact, Sammy had the record at 444, so just a foot off. 5-1 the final. Total of 3 Chicago homers, and Terry Mulholland going 7 2/3 innings, adding up to Chicago's 5th win over Atlanta in 7 games this season. Sosa now 2 homers behind Raul Mondesi, who leads the NL with 16. Milwaukee with 5 runs in the 8th, 7th in the 9th. They turn a close game into a rout of the Expos. All 12 of those runs that I just talked about were scored with 2 outs. Vladimir Guerrero with his 11th homer of the season, Bill.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour, it's baseball tonight. Can the Yankees avoid losing their 4th straight series? Derek Jeter had something to say about that. And ahead on SportsCenter, more from the Hawks and the Knicks as Sprewell in New York take a 3-0 lead. Dudley had a lot to do with the victory.
Today's Sports Century Classic Moment is brought to you by Burger King.
Kansas City's Bo Jackson faces Rangers power pitcher Nolan Ryan, who has fanned him 6 straight times. Bo slams a 461-foot 3-run homer at Arlington Stadium.
If he really dedicated himself to baseball and chose a hitting philosophy and stayed with it and worked on it, there's no telling what he could have done.
That was May 23rd, 1989.
Hey, everyone's talking about chicken. Chicken's a popular word, but anywhere you go, you're bound to find a chicken ain't nothing but a bird.
Craving our tender, mouth-watering chicken sandwich? At just 99 cents for a short time, there ain't nothing like it. Burger King. When you have it your way, it just tastes better.
Updating more scores for you. The Rockies beat the Diamondbacks 7-6. The Rockies scored 4 in the bottom of the 9th to win it, capped off by Dante Bichette's 2-out, 3-run homer. The Reds and Padres in the bottom of the 8th. Cincinnati leading at 6-2. Eddie Taubensee having a good game, 3 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. Astros and Giants 4-1. Houston, Jeff Bagwell, a 3-run homer, his 14th of the season. That was the difference in this game. And Jose Lima's won 8 straight starts. Cardinals and the Dodgers, it's 8-3 St. Louis. They're in the top of the 8th. As for the McGuire watch, 0 for 2 has struck out a couple of times. Reminder, highlights of all of these games coming up on Baseball Tonight in exactly 11 minutes right here. Bill?
As we told you earlier, the Hawks from Atlanta are an endangered species. New York's 90-78 win puts the Knicks up 3-0, and New York is clearly a different team. They got only 4 points from Patrick Ewing and still managed to score 90. Chris Dudley, one of the reasons why, he scored 14 and talked with our Stuart Scott.
Chris, for a guy who's averaging 1.6 points per game in the playoffs, 14 points and 10 in the 4th quarter, they're going to have to change your nickname from Dr. Crash to Dr. Smooth.
Yeah, well, you know, it was nice. Everything was going well, going my way tonight, and I just enjoyed the ride.
2 offensive slams off rebounds where he basically climbed over somebody. Never seen that in Chris Dudley repertoire.
Oh, you know, I got a lot of things you haven't seen. It comes out every now and then, and I was just feeling good and just went after it.
You also have 12 rebounds, 6 offensive, 6 defensive, and you helped hold Dikembe to just 7 points and 2 of 7 shooting. Do you have a different mindset when you know Patrick is in foul trouble?
Yeah, I think I maybe get a little more aggressive and just try to pick up the slack. And you know, knew Pat was going to sit because of the foul trouble, and just definitely didn't want us to have a letdown with him out.
After 14 points in this night Monday, I'm expecting 20.
You never know.
Good luck Monday trying to sweep these guys up.
All right, thanks.
The Knicks have to figure it's going to be a good day. They shoot 28% in the 3rd quarter and increase their lead by 3. Let's go back to the studio.
Stu, thank you. When SportsCenter continues, only one unbeaten team left in the NBA playoffs. We'll hear from the Pacers on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals. And right after SportsCenter, Junior and the Mariners going for their 7th straight victory in Kansas City. That is coming up less than 10 minutes away.
I think Indian country has changed over the past decade. We're no longer, waiting for people to do things for us, but rather looking for partnerships where people do things with us. And I think the labor community is right there at the door. And I think that we have a tremendous future together. Right now, there's more economic development going on in Indian country than ever in our history. I think a partnership is the way to go.
The Laborers Union and our signatory contractors, building partnerships for the future.
The cleanliness and friendliness of Shiloh Inns. As the largest independent and privately owned hospitality company in the western United States, Shiloh doesn't have to pay costly franchise fees. So we can pass the savings on to you, our guests, with better service, better rooms and suites, and better rates to save you money. Come experience the affordable excellence of Shiloh Inns whenever you travel for business or pleasure across America's western states. Shiloh Inns, affordable excellence.
Tonight on ESPN, baseball tonight, then Sunday night baseball featuring the Rangers at the O's and SportsCenter after the game. On ESPN2, NHRA, RPM Tonight, and Sumo Wrestling. And on ESPN Classic, Mets Astros 86 and Sunday Drives, the 83 U.S. Open. Do you have all the ESPN networks?
Given all their years of playoff experience and the fact they worked out together during the lockout, the Pacers figure to be the post-Jordan beast in the East. But Indiana really struggled through the regular season. Coach Larry Bird joking at times that his team looked old and tired. Well, the Pacers were apparently pacing themselves. Today they swept the Sixers 89-86, and as Sal Palantonio reports, they have marched unbeaten all the way into the Eastern Conference Finals.
Philadelphia threw it all at the Pacers. Larry Brown's tactics, Allen Iverson's repertoire, the crowd's fury. And through it all, Indiana responded. Even after going 12 minutes without a field goal on Sunday, Indiana stared in the face of Philadelphia's 17-3 fourth quarter run and swept into the conference finals.
I think a lot of younger teams probably would have collapsed. But we just looked at each other and said, hey, we have to step it up and make plays, and that's just what we did.
Sometimes shots don't go down. I mean, that's a big part of the game is playing when you're not making shots. Everyone plays hard and has a lot of energy when you're making shots. That's kind of the easy part.
They've been through so many battles and wars that they just know that they're never down and out until the buzzer sounds, and they just showed that.
It was situations, what we did throughout the lockout. A lot of situations that we did on our own, visualizing actually being in the situation, no need to panic.
Practicing and executing the little things has been critical. But since the lockout, indeed since losing to the Bulls in Game 7 of the conference finals last year, the Pacers have been focused on the big picture.
I got a veteran team over there that's got one thing on their mind is trying to win a championship, and they take this stuff pretty serious.
Last year's Game 7 kind of left a bad taste in our mouth. It was somewhat unfinished business. We felt we were the better team, but the more experienced team, and the Bulls won that series.
It's customary to ask a team if they have a preference in the next round of the playoffs, and it's just as customary to get the politically correct answer of we don't care. Not the Pacers, not Reggie Miller. He says, bring on the New York Knicks. In Philadelphia, I'm Sal Palantonio, ESPN.
All right, Sal, coming up bottom of the hour here on ESPN, it's baseball tonight. Would the Killer Bees be giant killers? Coming up in about 5 minutes.
your friends are quite tall, yet there's room for them all, that's amore. When your foot hits the gas and you're off in a flash, that's amore. When a car makes you drool just like pasta fagioli, that's amore. The next Neon, a lot more to love.
There's something about a Wendy's classic double with cheese.
I'd have made the same choice.
It's hamburger bliss.
Oh, this thing called love, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I must get around to it, ain't ready. Crazy little thing called love, 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 hey, crazy little thing called love.
I can't talk right now. I love you. Me too. Me too what? You know, that thing you just said, me too. Ditto. Ditto? You mean I love you? Oh, yeah.
So the third quarter is on target, and as soon as young Joe tells his wife that he loves her, we'll talk about the fourth quarter.
At Sprint, we know it's not just about one flat rate for your long-distance calls.
I love you.
It's about the value of every word. Isn't that the point of contact?
LPGA Tour, Austin, Texas. They learned what konnichiwa means as Japanese rookie Akiko Fukushima said hello, a final round 71, winning the Phillips Invitational, her first LPGA Tour win. Billy?
Last day of qualifying for the Indy 500. Robbie Boole, a wild weekend. On Saturday, spun into the wall while attempting to qualify. Earlier today, he again failed to qualify when he burned out his reserve car's engine. So he's got no car, but A.J. Foyt's racing team offered driver Billy Boat's reserve car to Boole. He changed the number 11 car to a number 44, and voila, the last driver to qualify in 29th place. So Boole will drive a Foyt racing team car on the 500. Wim Aikmans saved from possible elimination when rain canceled the rest of qualifying.
Right after SportsCenter baseball tonight, Mark McGwire hit one clear out of Dodger Stadium yesterday. What did Big Mac do today? Carl Ravitch warming up the Golden Pipes, less than 3 minutes away.
Stay tuned, because here's what's ahead on ESPN tonight. 7:30 baseball tonight, 8 Sunday night baseball, Rangers, Orioles, and at 11 SportsCenter on ESPN tonight.
My whole life, I've poured Coors Light and heard fans say, "Thanks, beer man." Now I return the thanks. I thank Coors Light for their great frost-brewed beer. I thank my fellow beermen. I climbed the Rockies with these guys. But mostly, I thank you fans. Today, I consider myself the luckiest beer man on the face of the earth.
Where'd you get the club?
Accounting.
County gave you a club?
Yeah, I made him a deal.
Deal?
Whenever my cell bills are half as much as yours, they give me a club.
Aren't you on the phone all the time?
Yeah, but I have Nextel. My calls are rounded to the second. I pay less.
That's not fair. I want to be rounded to the second. I want clubs.
Where do I get my putter?
Giving you a putter?
Nextel's 1 second rounding makes ordinary cell phones seem ordinary.
Sponge.
How's everything look?
Looks good. It's real good.
What's his BP?
120/80.
Okay, folks. Close him up.
You're not Dr. Stewart.
No. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
SportsCenter is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, a part of the Go Network, go.com.
That's it for us. Next SportsCenter, 11 Eastern with Dan and Kenny. I'm Larry Beil.
I'm Bill Pidto. Coming up next, baseball tonight with Carl Ravitch.